Hey, what's up, my Dragon Legion? How you doing? So there are Dragoons. After a whole year or so of going through hell and back multiple times, just like my Yang Zing deck for Yu-Gi-Oh!, I finally present to you, Dragoons, my Narukami Big Bang Brawler deck profile. Now, this has been a deck I've been really working hard at working towards, trying to put together, and after a very long time, or this was seeming like a very long time, I finally have together my Big Bang Brawlers, and it's just something I've been really enjoying having around. And after getting the deck together, I put together with based upon best of my knowledge what I felt was the more necessary style for this deck right here. Such, and this build is not the final build yet. There are probably a few things of this build that will work out here and there. Something I have not yet finalized yet, but for what it's worth, the build is still very great. I still like what it can do, and there's a lot of cool things you can do with this deck in general. And yeah, I'm just really happy that I finally have the deck together. And yeah. Also, before I go into the deck profile itself, as always, for those of you who are just here to net deck, I left the deck list in the description down below. For those of you who are just here to net deck, I only ask that you drop a like on your way out. It really means a lot to me. And with that being said, let's move on straight into the deck profile right now, shall we? Alright, start off with your starting Vanguard. Start off with one Spark Kid Dragoon. Just your typical generic Countbass 1, put him soul your Vanguard 2, look at top 5 cards of your deck, and potentially get grade 3. Now, the reason why this guy is very good, at least in my opinion he is, at least right now, is because your ideal key goal is to utilize the ability and get to your Big Bang Knuckle Buster the best you possibly can. And for those of you who do not know, his ability requires you to put a card that has the word Big Bang in his name in his name in order to be able to use his ability. So even if he's already your Vanguard, it's always good to use this guy's ability because he does have a right. He does have a cross ride, so getting another him to do that is always good too. But if not, just getting another copy of him to either go in your striding more often, or just have a Big Bang that you can potentially go into that you can have, so you can use your Big Bang Knuckles ability. Is always a very great useful ability, and it definitely has helped me out quite a bit of times. So yeah, Spark Kid Dragoon, a good forerunner, at least right now at the moment. And that's it for your starter. For the trigger lineup, we have, of course, your 4 heals. No explanation needed why the heals are there for. And right now, I'm trying out a lot of odd options of trigger lineups to see what is the best trigger for me. But for right now, at the moment, the best trigger that I find more suitable for me right now at the moment is the generic trigger lineup that most people occasionally use. The 4 draws and the 8 critical lineup right here. Nothing really too special about here. Be very aggressive, but still have the ability to have some draw power engine when you need some draw power as well. But mostly have 8 crits so you can be as aggressive, get in that big damage as fast as possibly can, and just go in right straight for the kill. The faster you do it, the better your options can be. Or not options can be, pardon me. The faster you can potentially win right there, pardon me, let's say. And that is it for the trigger lineup. For the grade 1 lineup, for the grade 1s, we have 4 Prefect Guards. You can use the unfit Prefect Guards. The only reason I'm not using them is just because they're currently occupied in my Kaiser Vermilion deck. That's the only reason why. If this was a more competitive deck, I would definitely cut these out for the unfit Prefect Guards, of course. But this is just for fun. This is just to mess around with some things right here in a moment. So regular Prefect Guards will be just fine for now. But again, if this was more competitive, I would definitely be using the unfit Prefect Guards, of course. And then 4 copies of your instant stride, because striding is fun and gotta love striding. And then next up, since this is a Legion deck, just like most of my Kagero decks, I have 3 copies of Clamorous Tower Wyverns, or in this case, Rising Phoenixes. When he's called Rearguard Circle, you can Soul Blast 2, draw a card. Very helpful. Allows you to get a little bit more draw synergy power, and also when you Soul Blast, you can have some more options of cards to be put back into your deck when you Legion, which is always very nice, very useful, and it has helped me out with a lot of plays I've been needing, and it has allowed me to get back some important research I need, especially when there were times I was forced to write into these for my grade 1s, and I need more of my Prefect Guards back, so I use Rising Phoenix. So when I get to my grade 3, I use Rising Phoenix's ability, Soul Blast the Wyvern Guards, and then when I Legion, I put the Wyvern Guards back in my deck, no problem. And then 3 copies of a card I'm currently messing around with. I'm not too sure how it'll do, but it's been working out pretty well actually. and that is 3 copies of Tonfa Brawler Arc. For those of you who do not know what he does, his ability is while your Vanguard is in Legion, every time your attack is a hit, I believe. No, anytime a rear guard is put in drop zone. Pardon me. While your Vanguard is in Legion, every time a rear guard has been retired, this unit gains 3,000 power until end of turn. Now, one of the ideal goals of this deck is not only obviously the heavy retirement, but also powering up your rear guards by doing so as well. Like your idea grade 2 mates and such. When they are in your rearguard circle, they all have abilities where they gain power whenever a rearguard, whatever, such as been retired, and this guy is no different such. So the ideal goal is to utilize the ability where you do some heavy retirement with your Vanguard, and then your rearguards get pumped up, and while they have less rearguards, your rearguards can go right in for the kill, and just practically just beat the living crap out of your opponent while your opponent is unable to fight back. So that's why I've been doing what I'm doing right here. So far, he's been doing pretty well. He combos off with the Slash Dragons and Slash Busters pretty well. Just like him, they all get pretty huge. And when they boost each other, when he boosts them, they become massive. And even if you can't do that, if this is like the only rearguard you have, well, of that same column, whatever such in a row, as long as you get like heavy retirement, this card can potentially hit up at least 13 power at the lowest. So he becomes a 13 attacker grade 1 on his own, which is pretty impressive. And of course, it would be even more impressive if he could use the amount of power he received to boost up whoever's in front of him to land in some big, huge, massive hits and attacks. So yeah, this is pretty good right here. And that's all I'm really doing for the grade 1 lineup. Nothing really too special in particular. And now for the grade 2s, we'll go into the tech grade 2s before we go into mates. For the grade 2 engine, we have the big Brawler Skyhowl Dragon. He's pretty much the Berserker Dragon of this deck right here. What's really great about him is, unlike Berserker Dragon or anything etc. such, his power, his cost is pretty cheap, and he allows you take out any front row guy of your choice, regardless what grade it is. So this gives you some less rearguard to deal with and all such, and your Knuckle Buster has the ability where he can attack multiple rearguards, regardless of what row they're in. So while you use this guy's ability to take out the front row guys, you can use your Big Bang Knuckles Vanguard, Buster Turbo, or Buster's ability to take out the rearguards, back row rearguards, while he takes out the front row, along with the Vanguard as well. And you just have fun just clearing the board and just do some big, huge, heavy plays from there. And the last of the tech grade 2s before we move on to the mates, 2 copies of, please quote me, I always just call him just Demonic Dragon. 2 copies of Demonic Dragon. This card is just a gnarly, fun, amazing, ridiculous card in a deck like this. This card is just way too stupid for what it can do. The only thing that sucks about him is when he's your rear guard, he's only allowed to attack the Vanguard. But most of your other cards have abilities that take out the rear guards anyways. So that's not really much of a drawback. His other abilities, oh my god, ridiculous. His ability is, while he's swinging your opponent's Vanguard while he's in rear guard circle, he gains 3,000 power, and he also gains the additional ability of when his attack lands a hit, you can count +1 to draw a card and bind a card and punch up. So this is a very nice, powerful ability because not only gives you more potential draw power, but it also gives you potential abilities to hurt a lot of decks that are either Legion based. It could also hurt Grand Blues, and even the Genesis Stride build, which is fun to play this card against Genesis Stride, because you use this card's ability to take out their heal triggers or the Dreaming Dragons. It is just hilarious seeing their reactions when they see you do that to their favorite triggers. It's just so funny what you can do with this card here. This card is just fun, and even when this card doesn't land its attack, your opponent will literally waste up resources just to block this card's attack. It's just so funny and hilarious what you can do with this fun guy. It's just ridiculous. And now for the mates of your 2 Vanguards, of your 2 grade 3 Vanguards. For the mates, we have 3 copies of Big Bang slash Dragon, Buster, pardon me, and 3 copies of Big Bang slash Buster or Dragon. I'm sorry. Wow, I can never get their names right. Pardon me. He is Big Bang Knuckle Dragon's mate, and he is Big Bang. Nope, wrong card. And he is Big Bang Buster's mate and such. Outside of being the mates of your Vanguards, these guys are really great on their own. They all have the ability of while they're in your rearguard circle, they all gain 3,000 power for every time your Vanguard's attack is a hit, which is just amazing. And his additional ability, I believe he gains the additional ability of gaining 2,000 if you have Big Bang Knuckle. When is unit attack? Yeah, you just gain additional 2,000, which is pretty good as well. But mostly, the big abilities is what makes these guys good. Just the fact that these guys can come off with your Vanguard, and as your Vanguard do some heavy retirement, these guys gain some big, huge, heavy amount of power, which is very impressive. And also, another thing that's really good about these is that the reason why I play more of these guys instead of just 2 each, as most Legion-based decks normally do, it's because of the fact, as I mentioned earlier, Big Bang Knuckle Big Bang Knuckle Buster has the ability where he requires putting a card that has the word Big Bang and its card name into a soul in order to be able to use this ability. So you can put either another copy of Big Bang Knuckle Buster, you can put a Big Bang Knuckle Dragon in his soul, or put an additional copy of one of these guys in your soul of your Vanguard, and you'll be able to proceed with your ideal Vanguard's ability. So yeah, that's why I play more than just 2 copies of each, so I can have more options of being able to use my Vanguard's ability. So these guys are just really great at what they can do on their own. It's just really ridiculous. And that is it for the Grade 2 engine. Now for the Grade 3s. For the Grade 3s, we have 4 copies of Big Bang Knuckle Dragon. Now, he's not as great as Big Bang Knuckle Turbo, but he is great nonetheless on his own. So, what he does is Legion 22. His mate is Big Bang Dragon, as I mentioned earlier. His ability is counterblast 2 cards with Brawler's card name. If this unit is Legion until the end of turn, this unit gets 5,000 power. And the ability of this unit battles all your opponent's front row and will attack, which pretty much Kaiser familiar right there. And also the ability of Soul Blast 1 when this unit attacks a Vanguard. You may pay the cost. If you do, this unit gains 3,000 power. So, pretty much, even if you don't get Turbo going, if you can get at least this guy going, you pretty much have a Kaiser Vermilion on steroids, which is always pretty a nice ability and such. And yeah, all around, yeah, it's still a nice ability all around. Just the ability to attack the front row. Kaiser Vermilion has proven that in the past that ability is already great on its own. So just imagine what a card like this can do with even more stats, which is just really great. So yeah, and of course your ideal great hard and solid deck, and that is 4 copies of Brawler Big Bang Knuckle Buster. Your ideal heart and soul of this deck right here. For those of you who do not know what he does, he's Legion 20. His mate is Brawler Big Bang Dragon. His ability is counterblast 1, choose a Big Bang Knuckle and its card name from hand, and put in his soul. If this unit is Legion until end of turn, this unit gets +5 power, and when this unit would choose a unit to attack, choose 4 of your opponent's units instead, and this unit battles all those chosen units that want to attack. If you have another card name Big Bang Brawler Dragon in its card in your soul, this unit gets 2,000 power. So yeah, just the ability where you can attack up to 4 cards instead of anywhere your opponent's board instead of just 1 card. It's just very ridiculous. Unlike Big Bang Knuckle Dragon, this card can, let's say, attack the entire back row and your opponent's Vanguard, or do some weird loopy plays where you can tag like a front row guy, a back row guy, a Vanguard here and there, whatever you choose and prefer the most, and just have the ability to just go nuts and go gnarly, and just be able to proceed and just clear and wipe out your opponent's board. Just ridiculous. This card is just really fun and ridiculous what it can do. Oh my god, this card can just wreck some fields and make a lot of people cry by losing their rear guards. And that is it for the main deck right there. Now for the strides, because this deck does have some stride utility and such. So for strides, we have, of course, the obvious for Conquest Dragon. No explanation needed what this guy is for. As far as I know, this is like a must-have in every Narukami deck that's able to stride. As far as I know, you have to play for Conquest, if not at least 2. Conquest is just too good to play. And then 4 copies of Big Bang Knuckle's own stride, which is nice. 4 copies of True Brawler Big Bang Knuckle Turbo. And what's really nice about this guy is that unlike the more powerful, awesome strides where they must be GB2 or anything, etc. such, if this is the first card you stride into, you can still be able to activate his ability right off the bat. And for those of you who do not know what he does, its ability is Counterblast 1 and Soul Blast 1, and choose a face down card from G's don't turn face up. Any card, by the way. If you have a heart with Big Bang Knuckle and its card name until end of turn, this unit gets when this unit would choose a unit to attack. For each heart for each of your heart cards, choose up to 3 of your opponent's units, and this unit battles all the chosen units 1, and this unit gets 5,000 power for each face-up card with True, Brawler, Big Bang, Knuckle, and your G-Zone. So, right off the bat, let's just say you're in Legion and you're striking to this guy. Right off the bat, this card can attack up to 6 units. Not to mention, it also gains 5,000 power for every one of these guys face up in your G-Zone. So, right off the bat, if you strike into him only once, and you got his ability right here, he's already 31 attacking by himself. If you strike into a second time, and he's swinging right there, that's let me do my math. 31. That's a 41 attacker attacking your opponent's entire field on his own, and that's not even counting who's boosting him, and where you're gonna get. Sorry, that's not even counting who's boosting him, and that's not even counting what you're gonna get on your drive check. Sorry, we're going for congestion right there. Yeah, I'm sorry. Depending on based upon what you get on your drive checks and what you get boosting him, he becomes a very huge, powerful attacker right out of nowhere, which is just insane right there. So yeah, Big Bang Knuckle Turbo, just a very aggressive and fun card to play around. Oh my god, he does some nice things. And yeah, Dragoons, that right there was my Narukami Big Bang Brawler deck profile. Now this has been something I've been working so hard to get for a very long time, and I finally got it after a whole year or so, and I'm happy that I finally did, and it's a very fun deck. The price of this deck thankfully has dropped down quite a bit, but regardless, it's still a fun deck to play around with, and if you can definitely afford to play this deck, I would definitely recommend it. But if this deck is too much despite how much it's dropped, just playing the other version of Brawlers, the Sky Bead shotgun build, is still a fun build to play regardless. But I don't know. Regardless, I like this build a lot. It's lots of fun. And with that being said, let me know, Dragoons, think about this deck profile in the comment section down below. And I will see Dragoons around. Hope you Dragoons enjoy this video. Please leave a like and a favorite if you did, and share this video to other people. It really helps me out a lot. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr. Subscribe today, become part of the Dragon Legion Alliance. And I'll see Dragoons another day. Christian Dragoon, signing out. Peace.